All right, everybody. Let those notifications go out. Yes, we are standing today. It is much needed, and we're testing out the different things. I understand that the lights, with that back there, don't let that distract you. We are going to work on something. There's nothing I can do about it at this particular moment. Let those notifications go out. Okay, yeah, this is one I'm all too familiar with at work, trying to help people who have been scammed and oh, okay, that's your line of work there. Okay, well then, awesome. So you can jump in. Awesome. This is going to be great because there's obviously probably some things that I haven't learned yet either, but I'm learning how to spot these things a lot quicker. So yeah, like I mentioned yesterday, I said we were going to touch a bit more on this because I also talk about those inheritance scams. Oh gosh, as soon as I was on Instagram, it didn't take long for at least two to pop up in my direct messages there on Instagram. And I was like, nah, man, see, I'm not falling for those inheritance scams. I could see right through that pretty quick. Like talk about from overseas and that they've got nobody in their family to leave all this wealth to, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wait a minute. It didn't sound right anyhow. And then the second one I got was like almost verbatim, like they were using a template of sorts and then inserting their own like spin on it, like name change and maybe the amount of money change. I mean, it's just really crazy. But I was like, wow, those are very familiar. And then I looked online, and sure enough, it's definitely a template of sorts. You know, like how the narcissists, we figure out that the Bible is their playbook. Okay. Yep. Okay, so, and then I want to see how the lighting is for you all as to what you're seeing, because as far me right here in my software, it's a little. Oh, you know what? That's not that bad in the back. Okay, so all I need to do is what I can see is that I'll just need to make some arrangements, so to speak, as far as maybe relocate those so that they're not in the direct path, because they're laminated now, so they're going to shine a little bit brighter. Okay, those are my degrees back there. We got them laminated, and it looks like we're going to have to find somewhere else for them. But anyhow, yes, the lighting is great. I see that, but I'm working on something for that in the back. But anyhow, yes, thank you all for giving these videos a thumbs up. Highly appreciate it. People need to learn this stuff, and it never, ever, ever gets old to talk about it. Because I don't want to say that there's like new ways that scammers are scamming, but you know, as I mentioned, the inheritance scam is one of the most familiar ones. And yeah, so, but far enough back and out of the way. Well, yeah, thank you. And not only that, I'm standing in front of the shinier one. So it is what it is. Like I said, we'll work on something. As far as that goes, okay, and that is okay. And okay, I have not heard of that one, but I do know about that. Something similar to it. So okay, lots of debit card fraud around, and the fraudsters are getting more sophisticated. I wouldn't necessarily say more sophisticated. I would just say that they're just fine tuning, you know, finding different ways to implement their plan based on the available technology. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give these scammers more credit, the narcissists more credit than necessary, because they're just fine tuning it based on what's available technology wise, and what most people would probably go, oh my goodness, you know. Because I also know of one that, one popular scam is customers getting a call or text seemingly from one of their children saying their mobile phone is broke and can the parent send money to get a new one. There's variations of that. There are variations of that. And another one is where they will get a Facebook message or direct message on some other social media site claiming to be a family member, the child, a niece, a nephew, it doesn't matter, a family member who's been locked up and they need X amount of money to be let go out of prison. And a lot of people have fallen for that too and gone straight to Western Union. Yeah, especially the elderly with that one. And I know that went around there for what it probably still is out there, but that's another one. And so, right, and the money ends up going to the scammer, the fraudster, right, thinking that they're sending it to their kid when it's the fraudster that gets it. And then the kid comes home later and their phone's just fine. Right. I know. It's something else. Right. They do fine tune sophistications on the part of the companies trying to keep the fraudster out. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that would be more appropriate, I think, is that even though they are just fine tuning and tweaking stuff, companies and then people like ourselves have to become a bit more sophisticated and go, hey, wait a second, this sounds too familiar. This is what I'm saying. We become familiar with how to spot these scams. And a large way of doing it is the narcissism side of marketing as well. So, right, and there's another Western Union to bail a family member out of prison. So it's funny because the tip on that one, if you ever get a message in one of your social media sites and they're claiming to be a family member who's been locked up and they want you to go send them money Western Union, okay, if you guys hear anything, they're pressure washing the building, okay? So if you hear the occasional, it is what it is. And it's very brief when they do it. They go back and forth. Anyhow, that being said, anytime you hear a Western Union type thing, do you have that family member's phone number or social media handle or whatever? Check in with your family member first. You know what I'm saying? And probably 100% of the time, they're going to be just fine. They're not in jail. And so then you'll know. That would be the first thing you want to do is double check. Do not fall for it. I know it's kind of the way they word it, right? The way they word it, they're playing on the emotions. That's the narcissism side of things. They're playing on the emotions of that person. Going, oh my gosh, my family member has been locked up. What am I going to do? They don't belong there, blah, 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 right? And they tell you what they're locked up for or whatever the case may be. So you want to double check that always, okay? Always, always, always. And okay, see, that's what I'm saying. You get a lot of calls from the elderly reporting that they've had a call claiming to be from the bank and asking for their bank details, right? And then asking them to go down to the bank and collect cash. That's another common one. Yeah, watch out for that. If somebody they want you to, right? They want you to go. They're going to send you X amount of money, okay, and then you go cash the check. The check's no good. They've got your bank account information. You do want to watch out for that as well. And remember what I said yesterday is that you all, anything you have, you know, with your bank, anything credit card wise, okay, anything that has to do with your value, okay, the valuable stuff like that. Make sure you have security measures in place, okay? Make sure you have two-factor authentication. Make sure you have whatever other security features the company offers for added protection, okay? Just make sure you have those in place. You know, like I shared with you, I've got the Authenticator app. You're not going to get anywhere without this, okay? And not only that, you got to have the passcode to get into this, and you ain't going to have that because it's here. It's not written down anywhere. So, yeah, I need y'all to, yeah, that's why I say, if you're going to pick some passcode or something like that, yeah, you want to make sure, that it's memorized, okay? So, yeah, I know, it's pressure washing. Nothing I can do about that, y'all. That's what they got to do. They got to do, okay? But that is a very common one. And then emails. In your email. Hey guys. Very cool. Just give it a second, all right, y'all? Give it a second. I can grab a towel. Oh, they did tell us that some water. I didn't listen. I had to get on here. I want to give you all this message. We want to talk about this, but yeah, you never know when they're gonna do their thing here. And there's a little bit of space there in the wall where water got through just a little bit, and they told us that could happen, so we have a towel ready. Well, all good. Anyway, yes, okay, emails, y'all. Email. The kind of emails that we get, okay, that are scams. All right. Seriously, narcissism side of marketing. Here's what it's going to do. It's going to give you a love bomb. It's going to tell you something like, hey, I just subscribed to your YouTube channel. Your videos are great. But there comes the devow. Okay? Yeah, that's somebody trying to market a service that you don't even know. Okay, don't trust that kind of stuff. A lot of those are scams. Because I had a YouTube guru, if you will. I reached out to him on Instagram asking him about a sponsorship, and I said, this doesn't sound, it sounds legit, but then I'm not so sure because they're asking for banking details before even giving me additional information about the product or anything. He said, yeah, no. He said, they're not going to ask for bank details until they've gone through the entire spiel, if you will, of what the product is, what they'd like for you to do, the choices you have to make. They're not going to ask for any kind of information to pay you, okay, until after everything's done and verified and all of that. And it's a process. Okay, it's a process. They're not going to be asking you for personal or any kind of other information right up front if it's a true blue legitimate sponsorship. So you want to keep that in mind. But email very close attention to that. The pattern of narcissism. Love bomb, then a devow. Watch out for those. They're very, very obvious. It's like they're trying to butter you up and then want to try to sell you something that you don't need. Again, for those who are tuning in now, a little bit later on, that they're pressure washing out there. Okay, it comes and goes. So it is what it is. Okay. Well, no, it might sound like a snake hissing out there. No, but they're pressure washing. Okay, you all. They're pressure washing the complex. Timing. Well, it is what it is. Okay, but watch out for those emails. Okay, the emails that do that. That's the narcissism side of marketing. They're trying to do a bait and switch on you in a lot of ways. Remember, that's a scam, bait and switch. That's a well-known old scam. It's been around since marketing started. Okay, bait and switch, right? And you still see it today with those who want to give you a 30-minute free webinar to give you these 3 secrets for success, right? And you sit for the 30 minutes and they're telling you everything you want to hear and all of that. And then all of a sudden that's that bait. And then they switch it up. Oh, in order to get those 3 proven techniques for success, now you gotta pay $450 for this, whatever it is, course. That's how they get you. That's bait and switch. See, we don't do that here at Consulting Private Awareness, right? There you go. But that's one of the oldest tricks, and it's still going around. And people still fall for it. That's why scammers keep using it, because people continue to fall for it. And yes, I can smell the chemicals, in that stuff. Anyhow, but watch out for those. And then, if you come across something that says that, don't fall for that. And then, of course, as Chris is pointing out, another email scam is email from someone claiming to be from Nigeria or other parts of the world, claiming to have a lot of money but no bank account, and they can borrow your bank account to put the large amount of yes, don't fall for that. That's money laundering. They're trying to, and then they don't really have that kind of money. to send you. They're trying to get yours. Yeah, they're pressure washing the building. Yep. Okay. And yeah, that's all they want to do. Okay. And then ATM fraud is another one. Thank you. Yes, it is. A fake ATM keypad being put over the front of the ATM. Yeah, they do a lot of security checks here. I forget now exactly what those are called, but yeah, yeah. Right, they've got a customer saying they got a call from the police or fraud department again. Caller trying to get account information. Exactly. So you got to be mindful. That's really a big one right there, you all, is how to spot scammers. Is listen, your bank and other accounts will tell you when they send me an authentication code, they're like, don't share that or anything. But yeah, and then don't, even with school, they tell me that the school will never ask you for specific, personal details or anything like that via email. They will not do it. They'll let you know that. So if we get phishing emails in our school emails, yes, and our IT department is very well aware of it. So all we do is when we got one, right, trying to tell us that our school email is about to be discontinued when we know it's not, still enrolled. And so we just report it and send it to the IT department and they take care of it. But yeah, the phishing emails, and those are scams. They're phishing for a reason. They want to try to see if you'll give personal information via email, and you never, ever, ever want to do that. Okay, you really don't want to do that, not unless you trust the person you're sending that to. For example, when I had the store app, there were some details that company, the people needed in order to help me get the app set up. It was just, you had to trust. Okay, there's a level of trust there. Because we'll know that if anything were to have happened with that particular information that I shared, that I would know exactly where to go look. You see? And so that's the thing. Be very, very careful. Okay, unless you can trust a third party with the information. And it was really just a particular code to be able to set the app up, and that's it. They don't save it. They just use it to get in there and help you set the app up. But so there's another scam. Well, we know that Facebook has a lot of scams as well. Absolutely. And so you really want to be mindful of those too. And so it's another scam involving the Facebook marketplace. Buyers using a service called Wise. Thank you. I didn't know that. Okay. And claiming that the money they are sending to pay for the item is being held. And can the seller send money to verify they are to release the buyer's payment? That's obvious. That is really obvious. Don't fall for that. Right? They want, using Wise, claim the money they're sending is being held. And so can the seller send money to verify that they are a genuine seller that will release the buyer's payment? Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. That's really obvious. That's really obvious. Okay, so a thing called Wise. Never heard of it, but now I have. Thank you. Okay, and then also anything, okay, you all, anything that is asking you to, right, exactly, anything that's telling you, hey, I'm going to send you X amount, all I need you to do is to cash it in your bank account, and you get to keep X, like a certain percentage. Don't fall for that either. Do not fall for that. I learned that years ago. I think it was, I believe, it was it was in between trucking jobs. Like we were company drivers and then we were taking a break and then we ended up becoming FedEx drivers before we went back to the other company as owner operator. So it was a short break in there. And so I was pursuing other job opportunities and things like that in the meantime. And basically, I found I had that happen. They sent me like a $1,500 check and I looked at it and I said, wait a second, something just didn't sit right. And so I looked it up and I never did cash it. I threw it away. I was like, no, something, yeah. And I don't research, or I talked to somebody about it or whatever. And I just knew that wasn't, yeah, because if I had cashed it, it would have given them, right? It would have been a bad check, but it would have given them my information. So you got to be careful about that. Another scam online, seemingly high quality items like e-bikes, being sold very cheap for a limited time, and then when the buyer takes the bait, they never receive the item. Usually the seller is based in China, so very difficult, if not impossible, to trace once the money is gone. That's the thing. Be careful about that too. That's why they say, you just have to verify. And I know that's another reason why it does make it difficult for those of us who have a website and we do sell products and services, that it makes it difficult, doesn't it, to actually trust. That's why I highly thank y'all who leave Google reviews, okay? Yes, the Google review link is listed below for quicker access. Thank you to all who have left one and to all who will. That helped to build trust, because I can tell y'all, and those of you who have done business with Consulting for Heightened Awareness, you know we're legit. If you order a product, I have a third-party drop shipper. In other words, I don't keep the inventory. When you order a t-shirt or a mug, a physical product, right, you're going to get it. They're going to print it on demand. They're going to ship it straight to the address that you provide at checkout. Right? They're the ones that handle that. Print on demand. And they ship it to you. But through our website, and it's my design. And that's right, it's my logo or my design, like the coffee mug says, say no to the trauma bond. Okay, that's our motto, right? One of them. So things like that. So you all will know it's legit. You're going to get what you are ordering, unless it's out of stock at the drop shipper. Okay, unless that item's out of stock. It'll let you know. It will let you know if you try to purchase it. For the digital product, real easy peasy. As soon as you purchase the PDF downloads of the books, the magazine, or the videos, Real Talk videos, as soon as you purchase those, you get an email with the download link, and boom, there you go. All right, and the same thing at the Academy. You enroll in the course, there you get a welcome video, and then in How the Trauma Bond is Formed, you get a copy of the BTBW magazine, volume 1, issue 2. You get a copy of that, and then you go right through. The video lessons are there, the PDF notes are there for you to download and keep for future references. It's all there. It's all ready. It's right there. It's just waiting on you to join us at CHA Academy. Okay, and that link is also listed below for quicker access. Now, scammers, on the other hand, would do quite the opposite. They will set up things online to make it look like a course. So you go and you make the transaction, you enroll, and then all you get maybe is a little tidbit or something, and then that's that. And you just spent a few $100, and that's it. You didn't really get a course. That's what scammers do. And so, am I writing any new books around narcissism? Of course. Of course, I've got plenty on my vision board is now in a vision binder. Considering that there are inspections and you never know, I don't want prying eyes seeing stuff. Now, as far as my Bible verses board, it's back up, and we're continuing to add to it on the wall there. But my vision board is now in a binder. Yeah, along with some other things. But anyway, just watch out for those scams, y'all, because we don't want you to be deceived over and over again. And so if somebody calls you, let's say you are a content creator and you just started out, somebody calls you and they want to do a 5-minute interview. Okay, and let's say you nail that sucker. They call you back. They want to offer you, right, they want to offer you a slot on a podcast network, right? Oh, okay, great. Sounds great, right? What, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, and it starts to feel a little bit overwhelming. That's your red flag right there. Nip it in the bud, okay? I know. I had to learn the hard way myself. That's why I'm sharing this with you all, because it's a scam. I mean, they'll go through with it. Oh, yeah, you'll get your podcast episode. Sure. And they'll give you copies of it and everything like that. But they're going to say, well, we'll do this for you. It'll normally cost about 10 grand, but this your lucky day. We can do it for you for just $5. When the platform they're using, RSS.com is one of them. You pay $150 per year. You can do it yourself. So do not fall for that scam, okay? Keep that in mind. And other scams out there. I mean, they'll make it look legit because, oh yeah, they'll do everything they said they're going to do. But they're charging you way too much money for something that you can do, voila, with a phone, MP3 player, and $150 a year to upload your podcast on RSS.com or other applicable podcast platform that you prefer. But if you want to branch out across multiple podcast platforms, you'll look for the ones like RSS.com that do that for you. So just be mindful of that. Okay? And then bait and switch. Watch out for that. Watch out for anybody claiming to have an inheritance that that they've got no family to leave it to. Don't fall for that. We covered that a little bit. Don't fall for somebody claiming to be a family member and they need you to send Western Union to get them out of jail or to get them a new phone or whatever the case might be. Always check with that family member first. Okay, so we're just kind of doing a rundown now. Okay. Right, and so with the scam about, okay, we're seemingly high quality item and they don't get the item, they pay for it, but they never get the item. Okay, watch out for that. That happens, unfortunately, a little bit too often, I think. And so there's more and more levels of security around customer account, exactly, that even customers complain about because they tend to forget their passcode and can't get into their own account. You know what? It happened. And that's why they have these forgot password links. So if you ever need to reset it, just hit the forgot password, okay? And make sure you remember your email. And so, right, got to keep our visions away from prying eyes. That's what we talked about earlier. That's why my vision board is not going to be on the wall anymore. I learned a lesson there. Not saying that they saw anything or were going to do anything, but it was just kind of like, hold up a second. And then, and be careful of verbal contracts only, okay? That doesn't give you any legal redress. That's true. Very true. Okay, but when you sign a document agreeing to pay, you're kind of out of luck at that point. That's why I'm saying don't fall for those scams. If they're going to charge you that amount of money, okay, to do something that you can very well do your research. Because there's TV startup. For those of you who want to start up a TV network, take a look at that, tvstartup.com. Okay, you want to start a podcast, rss.com. Now, TV startup, definitely it's a little bit more expensive. However, for the whole year, it's nothing compared to what other places, networks, if you will, are charging to have you join their network. Okay? Be mindful of it because to get an HD cam or a different microphone, that really depends. That depends. Okay, that depends on where you're going to be doing the videos, where you're going to host the show. It depends on a lot of things because I have learned a lesson that the built-in microphones and cameras in especially the Apple devices are just fine, especially to get started. They really are. So don't fall for the hypes either, okay, out there. I get it. People are like, but that's just. Now, am I going to get a new HD camera at some point? Yeah, in the future. When I need it. But if I don't need it right now, then no. No. Okay, and thank you. So another scam is subscription offers that require a debit card input to register. And then the customer finds a large debit card debit in their bank account Okay, right. So you got to be mindful of that as well. If you're subscribing to something, you check it out. Make sure it's legit. Like our Patreon channel, it's legit. Our Quora space, battling cognitive dissonance. By the way, new post is up. If you, those of you who have subscribed to that, yeah, it's only $4.99 a month. Okay, and that also helps. It goes right into all of the writing that we do on Quora. It really helps. Okay, for us to stay on Quora. And yes, we have been every week now, at least getting in our spaces and then answering questions where possible. So you want to, yeah, and I know the scam about telemarketers, okay, want to sell stocks and shares. Okay, the pyramid schemes. Watch out for those. Those are designed to fall. Pyramid schemes are designed to fall. They want you to invest X amount of money, and then they tell you how you can go out and do the same, but you got to recruit X amount of people, right? That's that pyramid scheme. It's a scam. Stay away from those. A lot of us, oh gosh, that was years ago. Again, for me, years ago, I had to learn. Oh, that's not the way to go. Okay, so you really want to watch out for that. And then some, okay? And so, Chris, I really appreciate you. I didn't realize that is your line of work. I knew you were in customer service, but I didn't know that was your line of work. So thank you for sharing, because that's a lot of good stuff. I actually only had about the email, inheritance scam, and then, the prison one with Western Union, and then the narcissism side of marketing with, trying to sell you things that you don't really need, probably aren't going to benefit you anyway. That's really all I had to go with. So it's really wonderful that our fellow warrior could jump in with some additional scams that even I didn't know about on Facebook one. But be mindful of that. Oh, here's another one I ran into. It was on Instagram, but I'm sure it's on other platforms as well. This is a scam where they send you a direct message. They got products, right? And you would be perfect to model their product. So they want to send you, right, they want to send you so many items that you'll pick out, but you need to make a purchase off their website first and then pick out your item. Well, to test that out, $50, that's a decent amount of money. However, God has already restored that. Okay. But I had to learn the lesson. I was curious. I was like, okay, I want to see how this goes. I want to see how this goes. And I realized something. I never got those products. Not even what I bought. I never got the product. So watch out for that. If they come into your DM and they say they're this kind of company for sunglasses or jewelry, and they think you would be perfect to model their jewelry, they'd love to give you some free product, but you got, right, you get on through it, and I'm going to go ahead and I will divulge the one, I don't think they're around. I believe they might have gotten caught. I don't know, or they moved on, but they called themselves Diva Doll, DOLS. Scam. Okay, a scam. They had a website and everything. It looked legit. But it was a scam. I never got the products. Not even what I paid for. Okay? So watch out for those. That's real big on Instagram. And I still get them. I ignore them now. They want somebody to model their product. They can do it themselves. Because what they're going to do is they're going to have you go to their website, make a purchase, which is legit. They steal your money, and you'll never get the product, including the so-called free one. Okay? So don't fall for that. So we fell for the pyramid scheme just for a short time, though, right? It didn't take us long to figure out, hold on a second. How many family members can we actually go to before we run out of people to recruit, right? Or try to. Okay, so, and the fallout in the customer accounts. Okay, so, sneaky on Instagram. There's also an Illuminati scam asking people to join with a joining fee. Well, okay, I have actually gotten an invite twice from the Illuminati, and of course I blocked and deleted real quick. I didn't see anything about a fee, but all I had to see was that name, and I was like, no thanks. Not doing nothing about that. No, want nothing to do with that evil. So, okay, then you've heard of that. It sounds familiar? Okay, well, they're a scam. They claimed that they wanted to send you free product to model for them, but you had to spend a little on their website, but then you never get anything. Right, modeling fee is another scam where some agencies ask hopeful models to pay for their own portfolios, but never getting any work out of it. Yeah, I can relate to that. Oh, how many modeling pictures did I have? I had to pay for my own. I sure did. I paid for my own modeling pictures. I paid for my own photo shoots. Oh, but I know God says, just wait. God said, just wait. Because Jesus said, we forsake all in his name, and we will receive 100-fold. It's all coming back, and then some. The devil knows it too. That's why he tries to attack chosen ones so hard when we realize that we've been schemed or scammed, and we know that God restored, and he's going to. And so the devil can't stand it because the devil knows it's going to happen, and that ain't nothing going to be able to stop it. He tried. But yeah, stay well clear of that, of anything that had to do with the devil and his flying monkey narcissist. Okay, so yeah, you want to be careful of modeling scams and all of that. So really, I mean, if you all can think of anything else scam-wise, scam-related, oh, real quick, yeah, okay, yeah, your local sheriff's office and stuff like that, they're not going to call you and tell you, no. If they have a warrant or anything, they're going to come knocking on your door. Okay? Or you're going to get something in the mail. They're not going to call you. Okay? So don't fall for that. Anything that had to do with so-called taxes, whatever, they send you stuff in the mail. They're not going to call you. No, they don't call you. All right? And you just have to be mindful of that. All right? So those are a couple of the, I know some of the oldest scams. And then also don't fall for the ones like, let's say, okay, I had this happen on my MacBook, by the way, and the firewall is on, okay? I've got the security all the way. I made sure when I got this thing and set it up, yeah, the firewall and everything is on. My security is on, okay, for this device. And so when I went to a website and it popped up, it looked legit too, okay? It looked like the Apple the Apple iCloud website. It looked just like it, but I knew better. It had said something about I needed to reset this or that, blah blah blah, and I went, no. Be mindful of that. When you know that you have two-factor authentication set up, like I do. In other words, if someone tried to log into any of my devices. Right, okay, if they're able to, right, if they're able to get the passcode or whatever, and they get, right, and they're someone's trying to log into one of my devices, let's say in another state from where I've been, because iCloud got it knows, okay, remember Apple has servers that rotate out there, so if I see on my device somebody trying to log in, at, let's say, where I'm at in Florida, let's say somebody's trying to log in let's say Nevada here in the U.S., and I'm like, no, because I haven't given anybody authorization, no, and it automatically kicks them out. That's how that works with two-factor. But I do know of a Windows scam that many fell for, because it looks so legit, like you're trying to log into your bank account, and all of a sudden this window pops up, and it says something has occurred, something or other has occurred, that your Windows PC has been compromised. Please call 1-800 da 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 da. And a lot of people fall for that because it looks legit. Windows will never do that. Okay, so they even came out and said that they don't have boxes that pop up like that, but it looked very legit, but they're no, not going to have you do that, because that was just their way. It was connected right as they were trying to log into their bank account. That's when it happened. So be mindful of that, everybody. Okay, and so a legit agency will use a pro photographer and the models will not have to pay for it. Exactly. I know that now. I know that now. But anyhow, yes. Okay, used cars, another common one. Used cars being sold with either fake warranty or no warranty. Okay, that's another one. Yep. And all sorts of caveats. You know, like they're trying to sell you this old car or used car that happens to be a lemon. That happens. We know that. Private car sellers asking the customer to transfer a deposit or even the whole sum into the seller's account before the buyer gets to see the car in person. Okay, yeah, don't fall for that. You better see that car first. And yet the fake Microsoft account scam is another at work. Exactly. So you've got a lot of them out there. So again, like I said, we're going to wrap this one up right here. Yeah, your fellow warrior here has a few more things that she wants to get handled for you all going forward. Getting back on track and all of that. So we want to go ahead and just share, continue iron sharpening iron. So when you think of additional scams, let's keep it going. Let's raise the awareness. Let's drop it in the comments below on the replay, because it's all narcissism in action. Anything that had to do with deception is narcissism, and it will tricks a lot of people into keeping the devil in their finances. They get stolen from, and we pray for them, and we pray for you all that for a lot of us, some of these things have happened too. And so we know from experience as well that we don't want y'all to fall for them. We want y'all to be safe. There's safety in the Lord. Never forget that. Okay, Jesus is safety, and awareness is key. Heightened awareness is all part of that. Heightened awareness is knowing about these scams, how to spot them. Listen to your intuition. If it don't sound right, some of them are just flat out obvious, while others are a bit more subtle. So you want to be mindful of anything that's asking you to pay like up front without seeing wait a second. Like a car, especially a car. This is why I will tell y'all something. I get the whole buying a car online thing, but not this. No. Okay. No. I want to go test drive it. I want to see it. Oh, but you have 7 days. I'm sure it's probably legit, without a doubt. But I'm still like, no. That's all right. I'd rather go to the dealership and go that route. You know what I'm saying? So, and no, I'm going to tell you, if I get a pushy salesman, I'm going to say, excuse me, is there somebody else I can work with? Power and authority from the Heavenly Father. Tell them no. Take a hike. I want somebody who's a bit more mature. Okay. Right. Yeah. I'm doing back quarantine. I would not do that. But yes, thank you again, everybody. Yes. Chat replay. Well, I don't know. If you wanted to copy those out to the replay, you would actually have to wait until the live chat replays if you want to remember them all. But I think you can remember them all anyway. Seriously, Chris. You can if you want to. And I want others, if you know of another scam that we have not talked about in this particular video, then yeah, let's share those and share your testimony. Okay, what you've learned, because we all learn from one another. That's iron sharpening iron. So let's drop that in the comments. Even on the replay, we can learn from one another. So keep on keeping on, everybody, okay? And just be aware and don't fall for these things, because that narcissism in action, and don't let cognitive dissonance trick you, okay? Remember, the devil uses cognitive dissonance as a weapon of deception against humanity daily. All right, everybody. So thank you. You can check out all the links in the description below. Thank you to all who have pledged service grants to the ministry, and to all who will. You can do that. The PayPal link is listed below. You can also, send service grants through the website. There is a page. When you go to the navigation drop-down menu, okay, there is a page, CHA accepts service grant, in the navigation drop-down menu. When you see that, there's amounts listed. Okay, I think it was like 200, 300, something like that. For whatever on down. Okay, if there's an amount listed, okay, that you would like to, there you go. You can do it that way. If there is an amount that's not listed that you would like to do, that's when you use the PayPal directly, and you can pay as a guest. You don't have to have a PayPal account. So thank you. Everything that goes into this ministry comes right back to you all with live stream, pre-recorded videos, podcast episodes, the academy, and more. All right. Sending love and light to all fellow warriors. Thank you for watching, listening, and for your continued support. Till next time, let's show some gratitude to the Heavenly Father, and you keep being you. In Jesus' name, amen.